We had a girl that was on what they call sick call. She's like, I need you to go. She's laying in her tent. I need you to get my MRE, go get my food. So we pick it up for her. Well, come to find out, one of the drill sergeants didn't get food, and they're out in the field with us. So they call a formation. They're mad. And me and the other girl, because of course we all shared it. We all eat it. Because you're hungry. You moving around, you exercising, you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts chewing who got my MRE?
And now a quick word from our sponsors. I've been feeling a little under the weather lately.
Well, I know someone who can help you get to feeling better.
Really? Who?
Visit Connie Geimer at Cherokee Family Healthcare for all your primary care, urgent care, sick visits, and labs. Make sure to get your choice of vaccines. They accept most major insurances.
Shed those after-holiday pounds with semaglutide injections. Rapid tests for flu, strep, and COVID are available now. Hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Fridays are 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome. Located at 819 West Main Street, Center, Alabama, 35960. Call 256-266-1021 and schedule your appointment today. Thank you to our sponsors. Now let's get back to the episode.
What's up, y'all?
This is Beyond 21.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Callie.
Kasey.
There you go.
This is Kasey West, the wife of the frog.
The one and only.
The one and only frog. He's a baller.
I remember when didn't he have a squirrel in his pocket one time? He brought it to the ball field.
Possible.
I swear he did. I remember that, and I wanted to hold it.
There's no telling about Frog, really.
Then he started passing out $100 bills.
You guys should do a whole show on.
Did he?
Just get him over here to do.
We should have got him to come out here tonight.
I'm pretty sure he gave Mom and Daddy some money to take us to Disney World. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm sure because I remember. I don't remember, but Daddy told me one
Give me
time.
any money to go to Disney? No,
Daddy told me one time that because I guess they always saw him at Shellmart. This is before he started working there, but he gave Mom and Daddy. They were filling up like their tank to go to Gatlinburg with me as a baby, and he said he gave them money and said buy her something, and Mom and Daddy were like, "No, we have money," and he was like, "Just take
that
it."
baby something. I can hear him.
That's
say
what he
that. Get that
said.
baby something.
Yeah.
Buy that baby something.
So
He's good. He's real good about that.
he is. He's a good guy. I like
Generous
old Frog.
guy. Mm-hmm.
I like how he stand up for what he believe in.
He's a Trump man.
All those flags.
He's
bro.
got the shell mark decked out.
Please don't put up another flag in our driveway.
Dude,
Hey, I like him. I know which way the wind was blowing.
he looks like the state of Alabama Capitol with all the flags hanging out there.
It is. Hey, where do you live? When you see 10 flags at the
That's
road,
me.
That's where I live. Turn on that driveway. That's me.
Got some horses and then the flags.
Well, we get a little bit of everything.
Oh my goodness. Well, Kasey is going to be talking to us today about
Turn
her.
my headset down. You're loud.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's fine right there.
My bad.
You were just so loud. I couldn't stand
you
it.
ever thrown down in here? Just went to.
Now, we did argue one time. She cut it out. I wanted her to keep it, but she cut it out of the thing. She was like, Callie, we can't argue like that on the camera. And I was like,
have a big
why
throw down in
not?
here, just a thumping around.
Wait, me and Callie have been in quite a few fights over the podcast. I remember we got in
Over
a
the
fight.
podcast, on the podcast. I mean, you name it. We done it.
We were doing our little segment, when we were doing our exercise, and me and Callie got into a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Like a
We were running.
literal, like we were screaming at each other at 5 a.m.
But it's funny. We were out of breath. So it was like, no, why didn't you do it? You know?
Oxygen. I had two. I mean, I grew up with two sisters. I fully understand. I mean,
It'd be crazy.
Throwdown.
You get too much estrogen in the same room
Bad.
around the same age, and there's going to be a brawl.
Yeah, my middle sister was 2 years behind me. Of course, Becky was a little bit younger, and she was spoiled, because she was a baby. But yeah, us two that were the same age, could be some throwdowns.
Mm-hmm.
She got
Absolutely.
taller than me, but I could.
That sounds like
I
Caitlin.
could still take her.
I'm like the smallest I'm like the runt of the litter.
Yeah, you are. And you're the oldest.
Literally. I mean,
I understand.
Honestly, the order should go backwards. It should be Carly, because she looks the oldest, then me, then Caitlin.
Well, it was like me. I was like about 5'6", and my other sister was like 5'11", and then Becky was like 5'2". I don't know what happened.
you had first, second, and third place.
Middle,
Yeah.
But anyway,
You don't want to be in the middle. You get forgotten about. It's fun.
I understand.
Well, thank you for your service in the military.
Yes, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
That is what we are talking about today. Kasey's going to talk to us about her time in the military and some fun stories if you have some.
I've got
Oh,
a
I
few,
would
but,
love.
you know,
Granddaddy has a few
I'm
good
sure-
stories
Yeah,
from Germany.
yes.
Oh my God.
My son was full time in the Army, and he had a few stories from Germany also.
What is it about Germany?
See, I would not think that Germany would be a fun place after
They
Hitler.
they like beer,
I was about to say it's the alcohol.
beer over
Got to be the alcohol.
and they're pretty serious. They're serious about things, you know. My daughter-in-law is actually Thad's wife is German, so yeah, she's real tall too. She's 6 foot. I'm hoping I get some
God.
really tall grandbabies out of it.
Yeah.
So far, no luck. But anyway, yeah, and I can imagine he did have some stories.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that could you prove them, or were they?
Well,
We
they're
can't
not as
name
bad
them.
as Pawpaws.
But
They're not
Oh,
as
let me-
unrealistic as I think they're real because he kind of seemed ashamed to tell us after for a while.
and
So-
that's why we can't talk about it on the podcast. Mama would be mad.
she watches too.
Red light district in Germany.
Yeah.
Is one story I heard not from my son. Mm-hmm. And some fights and some bar fights. Yeah, it was pretty. Interesting. I mean, I was just speaking of me. I mean, I was just in the National Guard. I didn't go full time. I thought about it at one time, but I didn't go. I wish I had now, but I did serve in the Army National Guard, which I enjoyed my time in it. It was a good thing. You train the same in the Guard. You all go through. You start off when you join. You go through basic training, and then you go to AIT, which is AIT is Advanced Individual Training. It's where you go learn your job.
Okay.
So when I went to basic, I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, which is where most east of the Mississippi they tend to send you, depending on your job. And then I went to Fort Gordon, Augusta, which was Signal, which is where I learned my job.
What was your job?
Oh, you're in the Signal Corps?
I was.
Granddaddy was too.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I think we talked about that once. I was a 72 Echo. It doesn't even exist anymore. It's a telecommunications operator, basically, we would receive coded messages. We would unscramble them and send them back out. So I did have a
goodness.
top secret.
That's a cool
clearance,
job.
which was pretty cool. I think they've combined it now with a lot of other stuff. I think they're in the 25 numbers now. That it doesn't exist anymore. But it was pretty cool to say, "Oh, I had a top secret."
How long did it take you to learn how to?
I think it was about a 14-week school that you go to.
Yeah.
So basic. Most of them are 12, 14, depending on how.
Could you still do it today?
I think I might have to brush up a little bit. It was almost like it was kind of like a part computer, part typewriter thing, and it actually came in on this paper, like ticker tape paper, and it had holes punched in it. And of course now it's all advanced; it's all computer.
Callie, you know the paper she talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
Like that Mama used to print out at O'Reilly's.
yes.
peel the
that's what I
sides
thought.
off?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm that old. But anyway, yes, that's what they call it, ticker tape parade, like ticker tape they used to throw at the parades, you know. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty fun. And you had to lock your top secret. It was top secret messages, so once you locked the door of the van, nobody could come in until you got done with the message. That part was pretty.
So was it just you, or did you have somebody you
there's
worked
about
with?
three or four of you in. It's like a van in a big deuce. They call them a deuce and a half truck. It's a 2.5 ton truck they used to have. And they call them the van, or the big camper like thing would sit in the back, and that's where you would do it because we were mobile. We would move to wherever we needed to go.
Oh, did y'all ever have earpieces? You know how
Yeah,
they did? You did?
some headphones just so you could hear.
Oh, okay.
We didn't really do anything.
Did you feel like a big boss dog?
Dude, I would.
I was just a little peon, but it was pretty neat.
Peon.
little tiny peon. I didn't want any responsibility. It was all good. Let somebody else be in charge, but it was fun. That part was that's pretty fun.
That sounds so cool.
And basic training itself at AIT, that's fun. Like when you know how it is when you do organized sports. It's kind of like that. It's fun. You get close to the people you're with, and that you go through. And basic is you just go do what you're told. Get yelled at, and you just do what you're told. It's not hard.
How was basic training? Was it very, very?
It wasn't. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, you could do it.
They get right up in your
You
ear.
think I could actually do it?
Yes.
Because I actually thought about joining the military one time. Like when I was still in high school, I genuinely considered it. But I was like, I would not make it through basic training.
What branch
Can't do
would you have
push-ups.
went into?
I don't know. I don't know.
You could make it. The easiest branch for your basic training
Petite ladies.
is the Air Force. They
Okay. See, I thought about Air
they do
Force.
the shortest. I
Yeah.
wasn't smart enough to get in the Air Force. You got to make better on your ASVAB than I made. Got to make higher grade. But they have a shorter basic.
Okay.
It's a little bit. If you're in any other service, you call the Air Force the chair force. You make fun of them because they have all the better jobs and things.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the Marines and a crayon? I don't get that.
Because they're not smart enough to operate a pencil.
Oh my God.
I just thought they ate crayons.
Well, that too. You can eat crayons, but they operate them. But you got to love some Marines. They're crazy.
Okay, so what are the physical activities that you do in basic training?
Okay. Well, you go in and we landed at what they call a reception center, and then they start. You're going to do your physical things, or you're going to learn. You're going to do push-ups and sit-ups, and you're going to run, basically that type of
that's
stuff.
it.
For a test to pass. I think they've changed the test now to pass it, but you go there, and then they divide you off into your separate little units. So many in a unit or whatever it is, and you start training. Like they start teaching you how to march and salute and how you're supposed to wear your clothes. I think we used to have, I'm so old, we used to have like a yellow, red, blue phase. Like yellow was, you've been there so many weeks, and then you graduate, and like the red phase is BRM, which is basic rifle marksmanship. You learn how to fire. I'm so old again. We fired an M16, which that's pretty cool. You learn all that, and you kind of learn all your outdoor stuff there. And then you just get into testing and learning all your jobs that you had. Every basic soldier is supposed to do. So it's really not hard. You just do what you're told.
Did you have to make the bed too? Learn how to make the bed?
Look, my mother was a drill sergeant. I knew how to make hospital corners way before I ever got
okay.
basic.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Past
that was
didn't
easy.
you? Bounce the quarter off of it?
Yeah, pretty much. And then when you get there, we had like the wool blanket, your sheet, and then you got the wool blanket. And then you have an extra wool blanket that goes at the foot. Well, you never tear your bed back and get in it. You sleep on top of the blanket so you can get up in the morning and make your bed up quick.
Yeah.
All the cheap ways that you do that kind of stuff. But
do they actually play the trumpet noise for you to get up?
It was recorded, but yeah, oh yeah.
Do they
Reveille
really?
And stuff, which is morning and stuff. That's pretty cool. And you have to stop, and you have to, salute if it's around the flag and all that kind of stuff. That stuff's, all that, what they call it DNC drilling ceremonies. That stuff is cool. All that kind of stuff.
Do they come in and holler at you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we were on like at that time. I think now the men and women actually train all day together, and obviously you're separated at night. We just trained in the women's. We did the same thing they did. We just didn't intermingle, which they do now. But
Did y'all have female drill sergeants or male?
I didn't have not one. All mine were guys. It just depended on who rolled around that you got.
Did they ever get in your face?
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
What did you
Do they get in your face like on purpose or?
They did then. Mind you, I wasn't of the age where they could kind of put their hands on you, but they'd get in your face.
Like just cause, or did you do something to make them?
Sometimes you do.
What'd you do?
Theoretically, could you go in there, do everything right, and never get yelled at?
It's possible, but you're gonna get yelled at as like a group.
Oh,
yeah, but you're never gonna get like
one-on-one though.
Some depends. Like we were running one time. This is my classic example, and you have the little road guard vest, which is like a little. Speaking of Trump, the little garbage vest, the little reflector vest. And if you have to run out there, if you're running in front of the group that's running, you have to run out there, call them road guards, and I have to make sure the traffic, because you're on a base, so you have to run out there and stop traffic, so your people don't get run over.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're running, and I'm road guard some point, and my little vest brushes this drill sergeant. It just like brushes him. Well, I didn't even know I did it. We got back, and what's bad about it is there was another girl about my size, looked similar to me. She was road guard too. He drops her for like 20 push-ups. He thought it was her. I never said nothing. I just stood. Oh, God. I'm not saying anything. I mean, they drop you all the time for push-ups. That's punishment. Or put you in what they call the front-leaning rest. It's just the push-up position. You just hold it.
How many do they normally make you do?
It's usually 20 at a time.
I can't even do two.
I can't do one.
Well, look at these arms, Kasey.
You work up to it. And it wasn't girl push-ups either. It was like regular push-ups.
What if
It's
you
like
didn't
the
do them
academy.
right?
You have to do regular push-ups.
They make you do some more if you didn't do them good enough or what?
Or you would at least hold the position for a while if you didn't. Or they might flip you over and do
The
leg.
downward position or the
Where you just
straight?
like in a push-up position.
Oh, okay.
You just can't lift your hands or, you can't. It's terrible.
I bet my biggest thing would be embarrassment.
Well, that too. That's part of it too. But generally they group, you get a lot of group punishment at that stuff, like a team thing.
Yeah.
But I sure didn't say nothing. She chewed me out a little bit later about that when we got back to the barracks.
Did you say, hey, you shouldn't have brushed your your thing
My
up against
bad.
him?
My bad. What do you want me to
My
do?
bad. I wasn't going to say, hey, that was
Wasn't no
me
point in me
instead of
doing-
you.
Wasn't
I
no
mean,
point in me doing that,
you were already getting punished. What's the point in me doing the same thing? But anyway, it was pretty fun.
Did y'all actually have to like climb the?
We did.
thing and-
We did like the rappelling where you
Yeah,
put
yeah.
ropes on. That was a lot.
I
of
bet
fun.
that was cool.
They had a big thing at Fort Jackson. I think it was called Victory Tower or something. Had all kind of stuff, and I love that part about the
I'd die.
the rappelling back. That was pretty.
But
cool.
like you were fully safe. Like there was no way you were
No,
gonna get
They're
hurt.
not going to get you.
Okay.
No. If you're listening, I mean, obviously you could fall off of there, but you're a moron if you did. You just really
They're like, well, you probably didn't need to be
you
here
probably
anyway.
deserve to fall off of it if you did.
How high of a fall is it?
That was pretty high tower, 70, 80 feet.
Oh my God.
You had to go all the way down that thing.
Pretty good thing. And you just walk down you push off and then you kind of slide.
See, but that sounds so cool.
I can barely get on
it's
a.
hard to convince yourself that I could hold enough pressure with that rope and I could just squeeze it and let go and it would control the speed. And it really does because you do all that stuff you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Wrap it right. And they make sure it's all done right.
What about under the barbed wire? Crawling under
Yeah,
that? You
that
do
was-
In the mud?
In the mud.
Low crawling.
They have
in the
mud or just
in the
dirt?
mud.
Oh,
Sand in the mud.
Hey.
Fort Jackson is a lot of sand. Oh.
Cadet Kelly wasn't
I
lying.
know, that's what I'm
One
saying.
time we had to, what they call it low crawl. Like there's like crawling where you're kind of up and looking, and low crawl like you're completely flat, and you're like you get your rifle laid over your arm, and you're like you're literally as low.
You're
as
like
you
a
can-
mole.
low as you can get to the ground because it would simulate if somebody was firing. You want to get small, when they're firing at you. And we were in this pit of sand, and we were just back and forth and back and forth. And this one woman, girl, whatever you want to call her.
She was kicking it in your eyes, wasn't she?
She wouldn't go. She'd start crying. And
No.
and I'd be like, you're going to have to, so we can get out of this thing, because if you don't do this, we're not getting out of here.
Yeah.
We did get her to finish, but it was bad.
Yeah.
I wanted to kill her.
Did you get in trouble?
We had to keep going till she did it. That's that group punishment thing that
Oh.
you get a lot of.
Dang.
Yeah.
Man, don't you hate that? They just ruin
like
it all.
like a blanket email. Just everybody's in trouble. That type of thing.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
pretty fun. And then BRM, when you do rifles, that's a lot of fun when you get to fire at night, daytime. I do have a good story about firing. We were doing night fire, and you got all this gear on. You got like this, they called it web gear. It's like you can hook all the stuff to it. Had a belt. And you're like, when you're at the range, they go, hey, range walk, which really means run, AKA run, everywhere you go. So we're running. When you get out there and you're shooting live ammo, they wait till you get there right before you get on the line, and then they give you the ammo, and then you go. You don't load it. You just have it. And you load when you get in. There's some concrete foxholes that we shot out of, and I'm running. Sand, there's stuff. There's sandbags, these concrete foxholes.
There's obstacles that you got to go around.
And it's night. So
Oh.
you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
If trips and falls head first into the concrete fox. That'd be me. Oh, no. The girl behind me, I don't even know how she saw me to catch me, but she grabbed my belt, and I'm like, the top half of me is over in the foxhole. And I don't, but she stopped me from breaking my neck anyway, and then
Nice.
we kind of fell over into the foxhole and finished firing. That was pretty good.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Do they teach you how to fight? Like,
Yeah, you do some basic hand-to-hand stuff.
I've
and
always wanted to do hand-to-hand combat.
I'm so old that
Bet you have.
I have.
You look like you want to fight
I've
somebody.
always wanted to learn.
I think the
combat.
Marines actually. My understanding is Marines go into a little more detail on the hand-to-hand. I'm pretty sure, but I'm so old. We fixed bayonets, the knife, and you went through a bayonet thing, which I don't even know if they do that anymore. But that's pretty fun. Parry left, parry right, parry in the middle. Thing. That's a lot of fun.
What about grenades? Y'all deal with those a lot?
Yes.
Real
that's fun
life
too.
grenades?
Yeah, like live ones?
Practice. You start with a practice grenade. It has just like a charge. It's just like that, and you pull the pin out. And it doesn't go off till you actually do let go of it, and that handle springs off, and then you would throw it, or you can throw it at the same time and the handle fly off. But you throw practice grenades through these courses, and then we went to like live grenades, and that's where you're in this little pit and you got a drill sergeant in there, and we sent us out there with like 2 grenades, and you throw 2 live grenades. Of course, I could throw pretty good, so they were, the guys on the microphone. Oh, we got one over here in 7. Throw real good. That was me. But there was a girl in front of me that was getting ready to go out because you're all standing there, and they had these 2 little containers that hold the grenades. So you have a flak jacket on or a bulletproof vest. So we're in line. Everybody's taking their turn, and there's 3 or 4 pits that everybody throws out, and it's lightly raining, and the girl in front of me, she's holding, just like they tell you, hold the containers that have the 2 grenades. These are live grenades, Just the thought of a live grenade to make you hold on tight and not let go. And so she goes to step out the door, takes about 2 or 3 steps, and it's wet. And she just
slips.
Oh no! And she goes down. But when I tell you, she crashed and didn't even try to break. She held onto those grenades just as tight as she
Oh my God.
It just like bounced off the ground, boom, 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 around like that. But she didn't drop her grenades, and we all like, oh my God! And I was like, slow down when you go out, don't run. But that's a lot of fun when you do that.
So, okay, hold on. I got to ask a question real quick.
Yes.
Did y'all do like field training where you go out and they just release you?
Well, they're with you, but you go out in what they bivouac or whatever, which is in a tent, and you're eating MREs, which are meals ready to eat. The meals
Oh, we've had them.
Yeah.
I like them.
If you get the right flavor, I'm all
pretty
for
good,
it.
yeah.
Some of them I'm not, but you trade around and get what you're going to get.
Just like prison commissary.
all these stories are coming about. We're talking about this. So we're out on bivouac, right? And there you get so many meals. I mean, that you're assigned. You're going to get one, whatever. We had a girl that was on what they call sick call, and she's like, "I need you to go." She's laying in her tent. I need you to get my MRE. Go get my food. So we pick it up for her. Well, come to find out, one of the drill sergeants didn't get food, and they're out in the field with us. So they call a formation. They're mad. And me and the other girl, because of course we all shared it. We all eat it because you're hungry. You moving around, you exercising, you hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts chewing who got my MRE? Who? I said, well, I swear to God, you better not say a word. And then what was funny is we were all standing.
Let me smell y'all breath.
Oh my God! I said, I swear he'll never know if you don't say who got it. He's trying to get somebody to confess. Of course we didn't. But we're all standing in formation sitting on these aluminum bleachers, kind of like football field. And in the military, you don't want to ever drop your rifle. That's a no-go, okay? Don't drop it. You take care of it, you baby it, you don't drop it. I'm sure your papa told you this. You take care
I dropped
of
a gun one time and I got screamed at by
God.
Daddy in the gravel pit.
I bet you did.
That's
a
no-go.
no-go.
It jumped so hard it fell out of my arms and I got in trouble.
Well, you got to hold on. Well, that's the thing with the military.
I was like 10.
Clean in case you have to fight. So you don't want to ever drop it. You'd get in trouble if you dropped it. So we're all on these bleachers about 8, 10 bleachers high, and they're aluminum bleachers, right? And he's chewing us out about this MRE, and some girl on the top, her rifle falls through the
cracks.
The cracks of the bleachers. Because she's probably asleep like the rest of us. And you can hear it. It hits every steel bar, every thing it can hit on the way to the ground. Like a pinball, just bang, 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 bang. So it's a collective, just like, everybody knew she was going to be.
Are you allowed to like turn your head, turn around, or
no,
was everybody just like,
nobody
oh,
turned.
shoot.
We knew what it was, and
The
everybody
guilty
knew how much
ones
trouble
jumped.
she was going to be in. How much, and it was just like a collective soft sigh of the whole crowd that she was about to. But anyway,
Everybody runs suicides right this minute.
well, they actually got her. Just got her because they kind of knew. Because you could probably see the look on her face. I never looked, but I was just like, oh God, we're out getting shit out about this MRE, and she drops her rifle.
She took one for the team.
She did. It wasn't.
Because they didn't come
she
back
didn't
to
know
that.
about the MRE. That was our little thing, but
Yep.
she got herself in enough trouble.
So they never found out.
No, we got away.
Were
with
they
it.
not
Fixed her
threatening
MRE.
y'all? Like,
No, of course.
Whoever
they were.
doesn't.
Of course they were. But I said, if you guys don't say anything, because we knew what it was. I said, Well, they'll never know who it was. Who, the girl in the camouflage? Everybody out here's in camouflage.
Yeah, really.
Nobody's going to know. But that's pretty cool. And then you graduate from there, and then you go to your schooling. You learn your job. Everybody goes to AIT, which is so funny because when you start on the road and the deputy and you deal with these people, lots of them, they always say, I was in the military. Key giveaway. Hey, what was your MOS? I would always ask them what their MOS was. If you're in the military, you know what that is. Every military is a military occupational specialty, your job. If you don't answer me with the correct thing, I know immediately whether you're lying to me or not.
Yeah.
It's a dead giveaway. And anybody that's been in the military, they'll ask something like that. Or, hey, have you got your DD 214? And they'll be like, no, I ain't got that. That's your discharge papers. You're going to have to know what,
Yeah.
trick to try to trick you into. Yeah, some guy one night told me he was shell-shocked. Like, that's World War I. Shell-shocked. I don't use that term anymore. I use that term for
How old are you?
100 years. Yeah, I was shell-shocked. Okay.
So have you ever talked to somebody and they told you, and you asked them one of those questions and they didn't know how to answer?
yeah.
What did you say?
I'd be like, okay, I really don't think you were in the military. And you just kind of go on. But, I mean,
You didn't argue with him? No. I mean, I guess as a peacemaker, you really can't
you might
cause
say,
any drama.
Peacemaker. You might say, I might have said, yeah, you weren't never in the military because you don't know what that is. And they, might admit it or might not.
Yeah.
And, we've got a lot of guys transfer over. And a lot of these guys have been in the military, guys and girls have been. I think when I went through the academy, there was 5 women in my academy class, and 3 of us had been in the military, which was strange. Usually it's more men, Mm-hmm. But that was pretty neat.
Old Thomas Key.
Thomas Key. Yeah, Thomas Key's a Marine. You'd ask him.
I didn't know that.
Get him. He was a Marine, yeah. Yeah.
Do you eat crayons?
Ask him if he eats crayons.
Do you eat crayons?
He'll probably tell you, yeah. I'll probably eat a box or 2.
So he'll know immediately what you're talking about, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is he the drone guy at the sheriff's department?
I don't know.
Or is it Mike Farrell?
I'm not sure
I think it's Thomas Key. I think he's the drone guy.
It used to be Sean, but I don't know who kind of got that job when he went to EMA. I don't know who got that job.
He was in Korea, South Korea.
Yeah, probably because that was one reason
say he
I
was
didn't
out
go
in the
full-time.
jungle.
I went into a recruiter's office and said,
Thomas Key.
"Yeah."
Oh.
I went into a recruiter's office and said, "I want to go. I'll go full time if you because of my MOS." They were either going to send me to Korea or Germany, and I said, "If you can get me to Germany, I'll sign the paper."
You're like, I don't want to go to
I
Korea.
want to go to Korea. And he said, "No, I'm gonna have to send you." I said, that probably what kept me because I wanted to. I wanted to go over there, but
You wanted to go in there and participate in Oktoberfest in the military, didn't you?
Yes. Thad has been to Oktoberfest. He has several stories about Oktoberfest.
Oh, my
It's like a
goodness.
whole month long. It actually starts in September.
What is it, a beer?
Yeah,
is
I've
it a
heard
beer
that.
stein or a beer stein?
It's a giant party for about a month and a half.
Have you seen the glasses, Callie? Well,
Yes.
are
Have
they
you seen the
steins or
women carry,
steins?
the maidens carry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's for real. That's a skill right there now. No joke.
I couldn't carry
It
it.
starts in late September and actually goes through October, so it's pretty long.
Is it like an everyday, all day thing?
Yes, it's a serious.
They do no jobs.
all
They
kinda-
just.
well, no, they do that, but they'll come in the evenings.
Oh, okay.
And like everybody, they call it a beer garden. It's just a
Beer and pretzels.
beer hall or whatever. Hey, they know how to do some bread and beer over there.
I'm sure.
They do.
And then beer cheese to go on the bread.
Anything. Yeah.
There you go.
And it's just it's a big festival, really, is my understanding. They do festivals up right over there, too.
Hey.
They know how to do that.
Ever since they got rid of old Hitler,
Well,
they know how to function over there in Germany now, don't
we had to rebuild the whole country after we blew it up. We
they?
had
To repopulate it.
rebuild it.
Okay.
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 So anyway, we were talking about my going over into I was obviously a late bloomer and didn't go into the academy until I was 40 years old. And but to be
She bleeped it out.
believe me. So, but to be honest, it wasn't hard because taking PT tests in the Army, I kind of knew what you just have to train for it. I mean, it's like anything else.
What age were you when you went into the military? In your 20s?
20.
20? Okay. So
And
then
you were
20
the guard-
years
you served
later.
6 to 8 years. I mean, I didn't do that many, but I did 2 separate stints because when I was shooting for international skeet, and I was shooting for the U.S. team. I joined back up to try to get them.
Wait a minute. Shooting for the U.S. team. Like the Olympics?
Well, you could go to the Olympics on it, but yeah, I won a bronze medal at the national championship.
Take that, Daniel, and shove it.
In Atlanta when we were shooting. But anyway, the military could help pay for. So I had been in the Guard at one time, and they said, well, join back up, and we'll try to see if we can get you some funds to shoot. So I would go down and do some shoots, and I was at Fort Benning, which is where the U.S. Army shotgun team is located. And they tried to talk me again into going full-time so I could just shoot, because that's what your job would be. I would just go.
That's good
Heck
propaganda to get you to join up, ain't it?
Yeah, it was. It was pretty tempting. But my kids were like 7, 8, 9, and they were doing all. And I said, if you guys had been a little bit closer, I probably would do it because I could drive down there and come back. But I just couldn't. I couldn't be away from them for so I said no. I turned it down. I know. It was stupid. I should have. But anyway.
Should have just left my kids at home.
Life gets in the way, and next thing you know, your kids are, in high school, and then they're gone. And I had always kind of wanted to be in law enforcement. Never didn't know how to get into it. And I was running the pool one year, and I think she used to be a deputy at Center. Tracy Dixon, did I say that right? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm not sure that's right. Sorry if that's
I don't
wrong.
know.
Maybe.
We were talking one day, and we were talking to her, and I was talking about that I'd always wanted to do that. And she said she had been a deputy, or was a deputy. I think she was at Etowah County at the time. And she said, "Yo, you should go up to the sheriff's office and just tell them you want to reserve and just see if you like it and see if." So then I did it, and I liked it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I think I'll." So I got to roll my years over from working in the school system to the sheriff's office, and I just changed jobs.
What'd you do with the?
I did ISS
school?
and A school. Yes.
Oh my God! I bet you
Horrible.
saw some terrible people.
Horrible.
Hey, but Kasey was the one for the job. I know she set them straight.
Job, yeah, but I got to keep my years, so and then joined the sheriff's office. Worked in the jail a couple of years while I went through the reserve academy, which is every other weekend you go down. Of course, I was working third shift, so I basically slept through the academy every other weekend. That was terrible, but we got done with that. It was all right.
I remember when you were doing that.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, third shift tried to kill me. I'm not a third shift person. You need a 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. gal, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm not all night long. I'm out.
I
I feel like I could do third shift.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, have fun. That is not me. But anyway, got into that and then became a deputy and put out on the road. And your daddy trained me. That he did my field training, which was great.
I feel like you were at our house every
I probably
weekend.
was.
You weren't
I
at the
know.
academy.
I know.
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I do.
We planned a whole 4th of July celebration around you
just
being
saw
at
that.
the academy.
Yes.
That's right.
You were home that weekend.
Remember the ping pong tournament we had?
We
4th of
did.
July.
I forgot about that.
Hey,
now that I play pickleball, I will tear you up in some
Hey,
ping pong.
listen, I beat you that year, and I was shook because I was like, I've never beat her.
Not anymore. I'm a pickleball pro now. It's over.
Forget it.
Now that, thank God, you guys are in pickleball, we can all.
You could still whoop me.
Oh,
one side down the-
absolutely.
Frog was pretty good. He actually did.
No
some of that.
way.
Yeah.
He plays.
Yeah, he played. Not pickleball. Ping pong. He's good at
I
ping
thought
pong.
you were talking about pickleball. I was
No,
like,
I've
oh
tried
man,
to get
he's
him to
out
play.
there.
And there's a lot of older people, lots of older people that play. It's
What
a
is
big
he,
game
like
for that.
80?
He's 80.
Man is
Yes.
still working.
He doesn't look 80 though. Like, and I'm not just trying to
He
kiss
certainly
his butt.
doesn't
Like,
act 80.
No, listen, I
gets
may have
around
to bleep
good.
this out, and if you want me to bleep it out, I will.
That's
But I'm going to
reporter.
tell you what he said to me. I asked him, I
God.
said, what makes you
Oh, God.
just act young and look so young? And he said, probably from all the women I've had in my life.
Oh, geez.
Don't need to bleep it.
No, leave it in there.
gotta have that.
And when I tell you Colette was standing there, Melinda
Yes.
was standing there, Stacy was standing there, my face turned red. I was so
shades of red.
embarrassed. And Colette said, oh my God, you just made Caitlin get super embarrassed.
She's so
Frog."
used to it, it doesn't even faze her.
And then he just like nonchalantly turned around and said, love you, Colette. I'm going back to work.
Yeah, that's so. I'm telling you,
was
if you're going
shook.
to be around him much, you know how to. You're going to get embarrassed, so you just might as well get used to it. It's and Colette's a lot like him, very very similar, and it's just hilarious because it's like watching like a mini me of him with her. Yeah,
It's a mini him walking around.
and she walks just like him too. I always notice this about kids and parents. It's like "Oh, you walk like your mom or your dad," and she walks just like Frog. It's crazy.
She has like literally no care in the world. She's so carefree and just
That's
go
Frog.
with the
I'm telling
flow.
you, it's just.
I don't know.
It's like yeah. Frog. Apparently, I didn't know Frog's mother, but apparently she was that way. So apparently that's where that came from. His mother, Miss Ruby. They called her Miss Ruby. So anyway, I was on the road for 4.5 years or 5 or something. Like anyway, SRO program came up, and so
You're like, that's me.
they're like, "That is
Perfect
like,
for you.
That is me. That is so me." Because I had background with the school anyway.
It came full circle.
It did. I know, and I'm in the same office I started in. How strange, that I'll end my career more than likely in the place that I kind of
What are the odds?
indirectly started it.
You still in the same office you were when I was in high school?
The one right there across from the main office. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Love it.
Wait, over like where Ingram's office was?
No, like other way across. Like,
Over there on the side where the teacher's lounge is.
Yeah.
On the same hall right there. That small room right there. That's my office.
Oh, they used to have the band lockers in there.
Yes, it used to be.
And the microwave.
And actually, when I first started, my first year of ISS in the school system, I was in that. I'm telling you, I was in that office.
Oh
that was
my
room.
gosh.
I mean, it's so weird. I love it. I do love my job, though. I really love being around the kids.
See, I never got to have you as an SRO.
I know.
You were there some. Daddy was
we were
there
still-
some.
we were still rotating. Yeah.
around.
yeah.
And now we're lucky enough to have somebody, at all.
In every
I really
school
love
times,
the program.
yeah.
It's great. And I think we do.
And you get to go to the games and stuff.
God, it's
you know?
awesome. I know. And being
stay
around the
connected.
kids, you keep all the information flowing because you know what's going on because they fill you in.
Yeah, there you go.
Not me having
you
to
get
call
people
you.
coming in there, be like, "Hey, I just got to tell you." And
Oh,
then
they do. Oh, yeah,
Do they?
today. Yeah,
Oh.
today. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They love to tell on each other. I mean, you guys
Good.
remember how it was.
Good.
They
Oh,
love
I had to tell on some a few months ago.
Is it actually? Oh my god! Is it actually worth like your time for them to come in? Like, is it actually good information that you would do something?
Sometimes it is, and especially if we're looking, asking about something.
Is it juicy gossip?
Yes, it's a lot of juicy gossip.
Oh,
Let me
man.
tell you something.
Do
Those
you run over there to the office and be like,
kids
"Listen,
I'll be
y'all"?
I'll be like, "We need to speak with you. Come with me. Let's go to my office. Let's go to my office. I got 2 great chairs. Sit down and get all the scoop. It's great." But they do love to tell you some stuff.
Do you take notes or do you just
I
listen?
love it. Sometimes you have to.
You have to act like
you have to pretend like you're writing information down like it's important.
Just drawing a flower, you know?
No, it is great, and I love the interaction that they trust me enough to come in there and tell you anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because getting the relationship of seeing a police officer before versus after something's happened, and establishing a relationship and letting them know that you're a real person type stuff. Like I've been asked several times to do stuff at pep rallies. I think I'm supposed to dance on a video Friday. I'm not sure.
I'm going to that pep rally. I'm off on
It's
Friday.
Friday. We've got a rehearse tomorrow. I'll let you know if it's going to pan out or not.
I gotta know. I gotta see that.
Wait,
Gotta
what
get some
kinda-
extra footage for the
Yeah,
podcast.
I'm
this
sure
a
it'll be
football
on
pep
50
rally?
million Snapchats.
They're still playing football?
They are. They're in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
It'll be this Friday at home. We're playing at home. Yeah.
We should go.
I should. No, I'm going on a date. We're going to watch Venom 3. You watch
Oh.
that?
No,
You haven't seen them?
believe it or not, I don't like scary
got 'em?
movies.
Oh no, it's not really scary. Now I thought that too.
I gotta
Okay.
pause
It's
it.
not a scary.
Yeah, and the
Football.
juicy gossip in football. Yeah, the juicy gossip by far.
Yeah.
All that kind of. We did have a fight in the lunchroom, which I missed.
Uh-uh.
Guys, I missed it.
How'd you miss it?
Well,
Some SRO you are.
how sad is that? I did break the very first year I was there. We had a throwdown in the lunchroom, and I literally, physically, I had to get. It was 2 guys, and I literally got it.
Foot on one of them.
Got them
hand on the-
apart, and
That's when you get the
separated
fly swat out of the switch.
well, if they just let us
Strap
use
them
the
on.
tasers for something good besides just toting them around, it'd probably be too much paperwork involved. But anyway,
You just need one of those little pocket ones you can get at the Spencer's
just
or
a little,
something.
just a little bitty one. Hey, stop it! But, cut it out.
Move one more time.
Yeah,
I will press this button.
but in this group, and now, but anyway, the fight happened because I had to go. We did the flags at the honor. I'm on the honor guard, so we did the flags at the Rock, which was really cool. So it was in that tiny window, and I'm like, how do I miss all that
heck?
stuff?
See, I would want to see. I've never physically watched a fight.
Oh, I have.
Oh, yeah.
My
They're
What?
fun. Coach Hooper got involved. He actually tackled
Ooh,
the
Coach
kid.
Hooper. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a Vietnam vet, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
He don't play.
He actually, it was between Chase Pierce and Trevor Hayes. Don't call them out.
She called
They're
him
not
out.
gonna watch. But I think that's who it was between. But like me and Timber were standing there at the lockers, and like she's
Timber,
looking.
flashback.
Do what?
Flashback. You said
Oh, I
Timber.
know.
Bad flashback.
So she's looking behind me because this is the fight's behind me, and she like all of a sudden mom arms me against. Whoa, you just turned my.
Sorry.
She mom arms me against the lockers and
Right.
like, watch out. And so, because they're barreling through, they could have like ran me over,
Yeah,
took
yeah.
me with them. And Coach Hooper ended up like having to break that fight up. Like he's running out because they busted out of his room.
So we're talking the 6th grade hall.
This is
middle-
sixth
Center
grade
middle
home.
School.
Yeah. So
Classic.
he's busting out of his room to get a hold of them, and all of them went down. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened to his knee. Remember when he had
Yes, he did. That's right.
his knee hit that ground hard?
had to have the knee replacement?
9% sure that like sealed the deal.
Wait,
on
what
his-
grade were you in? Because I was in 8th grade when he had his.
6th grade.
Oh, that's,
See?
Yep.
See?
That's what it was. I remember when he heard it. I remember
I
when he
heard
it.
his knee hit that ground, and I
Ooh.
still remember. Like I remember it. But yeah,
Yikes.
hey,
Coach
he
Hooper.
broke that fight up though.
Hey,
Thank you for your service
Yes,
and thank you
yes.
for tackling the kid in the
6th
in the
grade hall.
6th grade hallway.
Yeah.
What a
My
big
kids loved
boss
Coach
dog.
Hooper's
Oh, I did
class.
too. I
Loved
loved
it.
him.
I remember one year as an office or the school gave him that picture he had in his room of him in Vietnam on the helicopter.
Yes.
We actually knew about, and we had it blown up and had it framed and gave it to him. So we actually gave him that picture. It was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Somebody put Tic-Tacs? No.
Tic Tacs,
I don't know what she's talking about.
Thumbtacks.
TikToks.
Somebody put thumbtacks in
Oh.
his chair.
Oh.
When I was in 6th grade.
Did you watch it? No, bruh.
You guys, we used to have
I
an
don't
art
remember what
teacher
happened.
at the middle school. Years ago, they had art program. Mr. Clayton, I'll never forget. And, I like to draw, so I always took all the art. And they got him every day with those thumbtacks in his seat. You would thought he would have figured that out. And he'd be like, sit down. And he'd get him out. I mean, it was just so
Like how do
Charlie
you not
Brown.
look at
You know
your
what I'm
chair,
talking about?
though?
So Charlie
Yes.
Brown.
How
I
do
was
you
like,
not look at your chair?
How does this guy's not, exactly, how's he not looking in the chair?
Buddy
They
goes
get me
home,
every day.
looks in the mirror at his butt. His
There's
butt looks like he's got the chicken pox.
I mean, I'd be like, how are you not looking?
Maybe he liked it.
Maybe.
Maybe he did it just to get people.
Yeah.
Maybe he did it just to make those people that put them in there feel good about themselves. Maybe he'd sacrifice.
Maybe he was immune to it. He'd done it so many times.
Maybe he had cushion for real. Back there.
It was great.
He had some sliding shorts.
I mean, it could have been like acupuncture type feeling for him,
helpful.
all at once.
Healthy. It was funny. I mean, that was so.
And if you have so many of them,
Typical
it's like
kid.
sitting on a bed of nails. You don't.
Yeah. You don't really feel it because there's so many.
Oh my gosh.
We
got off on
We're
that.
sad. We're sad. We went down a rabbit hole and we're not even on TikTok.
I know.
That's how sad we are.
This is better.
We're gonna have to.
But
you're gonna have to
yes,
clip this
and
put on
at
TikTok.
school now, it really, their communications is Snapchat. Main communication is Snapchat.
Yeah.
Thing is
And-
dangerous.
Get into problems with that.
And of course, I have a class with all the new 9th graders, and I come out and talk to all the new 9th grade classes about.
Phone safety.
Yes, you have to, and what you can and can't send on it, because all of our drama.
It's a federal offense.
Yes,
people.
it is.
Do not send
don't
nudie
do it.
pictures. It's a
Don't
federal
do it.
offense.
Don't make
For the
me,
sender and the
make me
receiver.
have to do a report. Don't do it. So anyway,
Is it embarrassing for you to have to do those?
and I literally got a girl that was like, "This guy, he sent us." It wasn't bad pictures, but I mean, it could have been.
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, God, stop it. What are you doing? Act right. If you could just smack them like they were your own children, you could probably get them to act right.
Yeah.
But,
TBH, just listen. Hot take.
yeah.
No female wants to see that.
No.
I swear.
No.
Nobody wants a pic. Okay.
Nope.
Teenage boys.
What's so funny is I tell them in
PSA.
class, you should see their faces. I'll be like, okay, let me go on and tell you that picture that you sent to your boyfriend. He's
showing it to
everybody.
everybody.
to everybody, and everybody within seconds Nowadays, everybody's got it. Mm-hmm. So, no, he doesn't love you enough not to show the picture. He's going to show the picture.
Hey, one time a girl that was a grade below me, apparently her photos ended up on the cloud at the Cherokee County Board of Education.
Oh,
The cloud, baby.
cloud. There forever.
She's still floating around up there.
She's forever known from high school is the girl with her pictures on the cloud. It's so sad. But
that's why you got to use that VPN when you go to the high school.
Get off the Wi-Fi. Get off the Wi-Fi. Get off that Wi-Fi. I'm telling you. But anyway, but now you see them. Now you see them with TikTok. You see groups where they're doing their little
making dances and stuff. Yeah,
dances in corners, and then I see all kind of TikToks from where they've made them at school. You know, it's just it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah, that was made right there between
there.
room A and B.
Exactly, and you can tell exactly that was in the hall over there in front of the
Kelly,
this is right where you're standing.
When you were gone on your honeymoon, I walked into Walmart and there was like a 12-year-old by herself in Walmart.
Was she dancing?
Dancing.
Yes,
in
they
the
do it all the
middle
time.
aisle. Okay, and I looked her dead in the face, and she just kept on dancing.
Yeah.
Made eye contact.
I know they did it all the
And
time.
kept
When I worked
dancing.
there, I swear I would walk every aisle, and there'd be a little girl doing a TikTok.
I was so embarrassed.
It's an epidemic. I don't know what to tell you, but
It
it's an
is.
epidemic.
The way Mama would have beat
Oh
me.
my God! I'm talking about my mother might have me by the hair of the head going down there. I wouldn't have even, I didn't even ever consider hiding in the clothes rack thing because my mother was gonna kill me when she found me. So
Oh man, Mama told us we couldn't even say a cross word. She'd say, "I will pull your pants and your panties down. I will spank you in front of everybody in here." And you're like,
in front of God and everybody.
"Yeah."
I didn't wave to one of my bullies at school, and Mama threatened to pull my pants and panties down for being rude. I said, "Mama, he's made a hit list with my name on it."
Oh God! Well, that might be.
She's like, "Oh well." She said, "I didn't know that before." You should have waved like Halen does. Have you ever seen Halen wave? She'll go.
Got the high five going.
Yeah, just stiff arm. It's so funny.
That's hilarious.
I love to watch her wave.
I will, my favorite. I will bust your tail.
I've heard that one.
Snatch you up and bust your tail. In
My
front
mom
of God.
said she used to beat the far out of us.
Oh, that too.
The
That's
snot,
right
the
there.
far, whatever.
Whatever you needed to say to get the attention. It's that TikTok where the ladies don't ask for anything when you go in here because you're not getting it. It's great. I'm like, it's my childhood right there.
That's weird.
The TikToks are the thing. And of course, I have been all over TikTok today ever since the election. That was a pretty entertaining day.
Might we also add, even though we
Welcome
probably
to
shouldn't, Trump has won the election.
I mean, it's not.
Personally, I'm happy about it. There are
happy
going to be
about
some people out there that are not happy about it and not happy that we said that we're happy. But
You know what?
I
You
voted for
share
my
your-
child.
You share your opinion on Facebook. I'm going to share mine on my own podcast because I can. So
Hey, you cast your vote like I cast mine. It is
that's
what
right.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Y'all
don't.
won
And I
last
don't
time.
hate anybody that voted
No,
the other way.
I do not.
I don't either.
I don't really want to know who you voted for anyway.
Yeah.
Because the guy wanted in office got in office. That's all.
That's all we got to say.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's been entertaining at school with the kids. They were pretty hyped. Most of them. Not that they got to vote. Some of them did, but
Yeah.
like ooh Trump. They get into
I
it.
was in 11th grade
First time
when Trump got elected the first time, and I remember how hype.
it was pretty hype
Because I thought the night before, I remember going and picking Carly up, and we were watching Fox News and watching them call the states.
Right.
And I remember I've got a video of Carly saying, he got Pennsylvania, he got Alabama, he got North Carolina, he's got this one too, he's going to win the election. And it was just so those were some of the best years of my life.
Yeah.
Not that
Nostalgic.
not that getting married in 2021 or
Right.
buying a house in 2020 or having a baby in 2023 wasn't the best times of my life.
No.
But 2016 to
Childhood, though.
2019.
When you don't have
The-
responsibilities,
Yeah.
you're just
Right. And it was like I was in high school and then I wasn't, and I got to be free. I got to go do what I wanted to do. And like there was no care in the world. I had
don't
no,
have
responsibility, no home to pay
responsibilities, the great-
for.
But you
It was
don't realize
wonderful.
it while you're doing it, so you're just like,
I know, doesn't that
it's
suck?
just later. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh God, I had it so good. I didn't even have to pay rent.
So then when I woke up this morning and I rolled over and I looked at the results, I thought, it's 2016 again.
Yeah, because it.
Christmas.
Yeah. And the area we live in. I'm going to be honest with you. The area we live in, football games can cause shootings. I'm not real sure there might not be something. It can get crazy.
Alabama and Auburn game.
Alabama and Auburn game can cause some commotion.
Or Alabama and Georgia. There's enough people over here
Yes,
now for
yes.
that.
That's
A
true,
lot.
that's true.
It gets kind of funny. You can kind of predict by what's going on. So you can tell we're mostly red in the county because there wasn't any commotion going on. I don't think
Yeah.
last night.
No.
And I mean, red or blue,
Exactly.
they have had the most voter turnout
This has been a thing to
in
vote.
the long time.
Yeah.
It was, and it got a lot of people that probably never would have voted either way.
And my brother, who is 60 years old, told me today. He said that's the first time I've ever voted, and he's going to bus driving school so he can sub bus drive. But anyway, he said while I was doing it, she asked me, "Do I want to register to vote?" And he said, "I just never did before. I just didn't even really think about it."
Yeah.
And he said, "So I did." And he said, "This is the first time I've ever voted." And he said, "I told that lady," and she was like, "Well, congratulations." So you got a lot of people that might have come vote that didn't before, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's what the system's set up for.
Yeah.
You need to
You should exercise that right, whether you vote red, blue, or gray.
whatever gray or Bernie Sanders independent. I mean, I think he was the only one that won independent. I was like,
Hey, do your write-in.
how about there's people voting for Kennedy? And he told them, "Don't vote for me. I'm not running for president." And there was people in Michigan that vote like
They would not pull him off those ballots.
Well, they could. I don't think they could. But what was funny is who cast the vote for him, knowing he wasn't going to take the job anyway.
Probably somebody who just hated them both.
Hey,
True.
y'all know
I didn't think
that,
about that. Trying to split the vote.
did y'all see that Kanye got a bunch of votes? Like, got thousands of people
Write in?
write
No,
him
don't
in.
even.
I'm serious.
Not Kanye.
Yes.
No P Diddy votes on the
But
thing.
why would they do that? Like, of all Kanye, bro? Why?
After the baby oil bottles were
Oh my
discovered,
God, you guys!
P. Diddy didn't
Speaking of
stand a chance.
TikToks. I swear that was some of the funniest. The P Diddy TikToks.
Oh, I know.
Have laughed. The baby will have laughed.
There was a video, of a person in one of those blow up dinosaur suits running in the rain, and it was like the FBI after they bust up into P. Diddy's house and they kept falling in the rain.
The guy falls down the stairs. He's like going into P Diddy's house to bust him or whatever, and he comes down the stairs and just. I mean, it's been the best. I don't know why I can't come up with some kind of viral video that's
I
funny.
know, right? I've been trying to
is
do
up
it.
with
I've been
that?
thinking on it for weeks, and I'm like, what could I do? What could I do that could go viral and really
So
put us on the
simple,
map?
Yet it just eludes me, and I
know.
can't come up with it.
I know,
don't
right?
It's because
understand.
we overthink it. People just put random stuff.
And, you see funny stuff all the time, but I'm just like, first of all, I'm not quick enough to get it out and get kind of. That's for young folks. Old people are over there. Can't find the camera, and Anyway, that's true, and we're trying to operate it.
It took me a while to figure out how to do a
And
TikTok.
I don't know how to do it fast. I'm fairly.
Oh, I take my
competent,
time
but
on
I'm not fast.
Callie does take her time. She makes good TikToks, and hers are pretty funny. I'm surprised some of hers haven't gone viral. The one with the pop rocks, that one had me rolling.
Oh, did you do one with pop rocks? Are great.
She
Yeah.
spilled them in her car. That was the funniest part.
several times in one day, in one sitting, and it wasn't on purpose. Like, I was genuinely being me, my clumsy self, and the other one, the one that got the most likes, I was at work at MDA,
Yeah.
and I never ate with anybody there. Like, I would always go to my car.
Right.
I went to the fridge, got my food out, went straight to the car.
She's a loner. If you
When I
can't tell.
sat in the car, I realized.
wolf.
I know. When I sat in the car, I eat with them now.
Yeah.
But when I sat in the car, I realized my food is cold. I never warmed it up. And it was like January, I think. And I was like, all right, we got to make a TikTok
use
about this.
the company microwave. Watch out.
I was like, you know what? I'm not embarrassing myself. I'm not going back in there.
This is one of those wait till the end things.
So I thought, you know what would
Hold
be good?
on to the end.
You know what would be good right now? We'll make a TikTok about how stupid I am. So
I didn't warm my food up before I got out to my
I
car.
put it in its little wrap that it had, and I set it on the
Defroster.
I cranked that puppy up,
On the
and
what?
I got that
On
thing
the what?
cooking.
The
On the
defroster.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
I got that thing cooking.
Yeah, you bet you did.
It was not that warm.
Hey, I did that
Was
with
it
some
frozen on the
leftover-
inside still or something?
It was a little chilly, yeah.
You got to rotate it.
Yeah.
I did rotate it.
Oh.
I did rotate it. But
Nobody where you work cleans the mic. Speaking of this, no one cleans the microwave out, and I've decided that there could be piles of cat poop in it, and they would just move it aside and put their dish in the middle of it and
Excuse
continue
me?
to warm it up because just wipe it out. But
Yeah.
no.
It's listen. Sometimes a microwave just won't clean.
Well,
no, if you got to put a lemon in there. You know that lemon trick or whatever?
all I know is there's no cleaning the one where I work. It's
Oh,
out.
just buy a new one.
It's probably got stuff from when I was
10
there.
years ago. I'm telling you, and there's nobody going to voluntarily just go over there and clean it.
You have to get one of those little scrapers to get all the stuff.
Baked beans from 10 years ago on top of the microwave.
I was literally in high school. I started high school 10 years ago.
Oh,
Oh my
10
god!
years ago. Wow. I'm not
And
even-
I was
I
warming
don't figure
food
it
up
out.
in
I
ninth
don't figure
grade.
that math up because I just.
Well,
don't
I
wanna know
started
how
in
long ago.
2014, and it's
You know,
2024.
what's sad is I work with people that the newer coaches, and they're younger than my children, and I'm just like, dear God, it's so sad, but keeps you young, keep you on your toes.
There you go.
All the tea.
Hey, you gotta love that about the job. The tea.
It is. I mean, it's great. Look, there's always something going on
Oh yeah.
especially at the high school, because we're the only high school in the county, as in just 9 through 12. All the others are like K through 12.
Yeah.
So you have little kids. I don't have little kids. I don't have to do really car duty like some do. But you get all the drama that goes along with all the ninth and nine. Well,
There's the
it's
best
really
drama.
Ninth and 10th graders.
All the dating histories and all
Oh,
that.
yes.
And then you get the occasional teacher affair. What?
Oh.
What? Teacher admin? Did I say that? Can you edit that out?
Yeah,
I mean, I was there. I mean, everybody knows about it. It's all good. Catching up.
I think I hit the wrong button. No, this one. Okay. Well, y'all, I think we're gonna wrap it up, but we had to take like a little 30-minute break. We got to discussing some good tea that y'all just won't be able to ever hear.
Can't hear.
It's
You've
a
heard it.
Cherokee
Right.
County thing.
You've heard it
Was.
before.
You wouldn't
have heard it.
understand.
They just got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
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 But we want to thank all of our veterans, people that are current. Well, it's just veterans.
Active
Okay, active
service.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we want to thank all you out there for fighting and going through basic training and doing all the
Doing all the
things.
stuff.
For America.
I do want to say
Yeah.
one more thing because I thought it was really neat. Frog was in the National Guard also.
Oh, I didn't know that.
either.
But anyway, he 20 years before me graduated at Fort Jackson. I graduated at Fort
You
Jackson.
just have so many full circle moments.
And my son graduated. So I thought that was just absolutely the neatest thing.
That is very
in
cool.
different periods of your life.
Like, what are the odds of that?
it's
you know?
pretty wild. Anyway, that's my
Military
wrap.
family.
Military. My dad he was active Army for 2 years. Yeah,
Wow.
Just keeps going.
it does.
Y'all
you go.
have. I bet
Your family too.
John and Thad had
Kinda
lots of
stopped with
pictures
both.
to put in their Veterans Day program at
They
school.
did. They did.
My mom, my dad,
Yes, of-
my
Look,
uncle.
My uncle,
Everybody
my
was there.
grandfather. And there's a lot of families like that. I have to say that it tends to run in families like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
We only had two, I think. No,
Yeah.
we had a few because we had Pawpaw's family members and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like directly in,
Yeah, it was
so
Pawpaw.
Pawpaw and Granddaddy, like,
That's pretty cool.
World War II and
Yes.
Vietnam War, but didn't have to go to Vietnam.
Right.
Praise God.
yes,
Thank
yes,
God,
yes.
yeah. Frog was kind of right before that too. I think his dad saw the writing on the wall and said, "You need to get
Pull out.
in the guard, get in the guard because, to possibly keep going." But he actually got married and had Colette, so that probably kept him out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, Callie is back from her honeymoon. So y'all be hearing all about her wedding, bachelorette party, honeymoon, all the little odds and end.
Sordid details.
Yeah, all the details.
We have to leave out a couple.
Yeah.
Just, I got it.
Don't do it.
Anyway.
But so congratulations on your wedding.
Congrats.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're
Thank
back
you.
home and out of Jamaica.
Me
I
too.
was worried about you.
She did. She texted me. She
Jamaica
said,
mom.
"Are you okay?" Oh yeah, we talked like that the whole time we were there.
It's you have to.
Yeah. Well, they made us.
Oh,
Like,
did they
if we were
really?
at supper.
Oh God. That's
Yeah, like they
hilarious.
would. Like if you would say yes, they would go, "What'd you say?" You say, "Yeah, man," or "No, man." If you're sitting at my table, that's how you will speak. And
How are
like,
you just going to take a picture of that one waitress? Is it a waiter
I
or
asked
a
him-
waitress?
It was a waiter. I asked him if I could. And
He just
said,
went.
yes. Well, okay, this is what happened. You know when you take a picture at night and it literally does that little cross thing and
Yes.
it's trying to like really focus in on your picture.
Right.
So it takes more than just a second to
It's
click.
like
Okay, so, yeah, so it was dark and it was doing that. So the picture should have already been taken when he was actually smiling.
Oh.
But
I was like,
he,
Callie,
he
what
thought
the
it was
heck?
still.
Is
He,
that
he thought it was
pre-smile or
that was
post-smile?
after. It was
was
post. It was post. Yeah. I'll pull it up for you in a minute.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad to be back. I had fun though.
It's fun though. It's fun to go on vacation and come back.
So we're going to be getting ready to get the Bible study podcast started next year. We're working on a new schedule. We're going to have some guests coming up. Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll get some Thanksgiving drama on the
Some
podcast.
tea.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving tea.
Yeah. We're still making
Get
commercials.
crazy.
And we're still taking monthly ads. So y'all can, let us know if you want one to run on the podcast, $20 a month. And is that all we have? Do you have any other special news?
I just want
Happy
to say
Halloween.
thank you for being on here.
Oh,
We've had
I
a great
enjoyed it.
time
It was
having
great.
you.
It was great.
Would
It
you
was
come
great.
back?
I would so come back.
Gotta come back with Frog.
Oh God.
Gotta get him
Wow,
in
that
here.
that.
Would he let us record him?
Oh yes.
He would.
So much.
With him being a ladies' man.
Yes.
I think
of
he would.
course. Yes.
3 women. Just keep coming.
He sent me some flowers not long ago. He's real good about it. He's always sent. We've been married like 37 years.
He does that with Colette too.
He's very good
Isn't that so
about.
sweet?
He's very good about that, and candy or flowers, whatever.
Oh.
But I wasn't at school when they got delivered, and I was like, Priscilla said, "I think these flowers are for you," and I was like, "Oh, what does the note say?" And I go, "Wait a minute, let me think a minute.
It's our anniversary.
Maybe it won't be dirty." So hang on. So and it just had a little snippet. It wasn't bad, but I was like, "Oh dear God!" And Priscilla's like, sending the crying emoji. She's laughing so hard. I was like, "Well, it could have been worse."
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say
Much worse. You got the better end of
Yeah,
what he
yeah,
could
because after I said it, I went, "Oh God."
He probably didn't want the florist to write too much.
Oh no, he don't care. And what she thought was so funny. Look,
He's like, all right, say this word for word.
what? No, I'm serious because she said all I could think was I can just see him tell the florist. Now this is what I want you to write. And because he's
Word for
never, and can you imagine me a florist? You've probably got some raunchy
That's true.
cards. You know what I'm saying? That you've had to write out and you go, God, what?
Not again.
Yeah, not again. That is nasty. I'm not writing that down. But anyway, I was
Knowing
I
it's
was
from
I was
Frog,
glad it
the
was
sweetest man in the county.
No, I was so glad it wasn't bad after I had told her to open it that I didn't have to be embarrassed when I went back to school. Thank God.
On occasion, he'll bring in like 12 fried pies to the office.
Yeah.
Call me the next time
He'll lay one on my desk. That's for you. Oh, thank you, Frog.
You can't. You just can't make it up. It's unscripted. 37 years of
This
unscripted.
man has got loads of ideas.
Oh God. He's literally like a 12-year-old. You know what I'm talking about?
12-year-old boy just found out.
It's a 12-year-old boy mind. That's what it is. So when you guys get him on here, go. It's gonna be good.
It'll be a Beyond
He
21
has
After
got-
Dark.
He has got some great Goodyear stories.
Might be a lot of.
Yeah, you might have to do some bleeping, but there's some great Goodyear stories and some horse riding. A lot of good horse riding stories.
Okay.
So, there's some good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to get him on here.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I think we're going to wrap it up. This has been Beyond 21. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Callie.
Kasey.
Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next week.